There we are.
Come
Okay,
on, X.
we're live. Yeah, you're the X.
The X.
We won't tell anybody what that is.
No, let's not.
Sometimes it takes people a little bit to pop on, but
Yeah.
as we're starting, October 11th, another beautiful fall day. My goodness, this
Isn't
weather.
it gorgeous?
Oh, hopefully
Yeah.
it
Beautiful
continues,
lighting.
right? Oh, it's just been gorgeous out. So as we do when we start the lives, I'll just remind everybody that TroBuzz does a weekly newsletter. You can sign up at trobuzz.com if you haven't already done that. Comes every Thursday to your inbox. We send out as many of the events in the Colchester area as we can find, so it makes it super easy for you to find out what is going on the week ahead in the Colchester area. So if you haven't already, sign up there, trobuzz.com. So we are here today at CWRC and speaking with Brenda, who is the Wildlife Operations Manager. So CWRC is the Cobequid Wildlife Rehabilitation Centre.
It's a mouthful.
It is a lot, but that's okay. We got it. So if you guys have any questions while you're tuning in or any comments, please let us know. We will read them as we go. So Brenda, for someone who's just tuning in or maybe watches this after the fact, can you tell us who and what CRWC does?
Sure.
Yeah.
CWRC, we're a wildlife rehabilitation center out here in Hilden, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, like closer than you would think, honestly.
Very
yeah,
close,
yeah.
very close, yeah. And we specialize in raptors, treating birds of prey, but we also treat all birds, all reptiles, and small mammals.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
You might hear some eagles in the background. You may even see some flying above, which is really, it's very cool in here.
And it's very common in here.
So neat. It's so neat. So Brenda, can you tell us a little bit of the history of CWRC and the importance of wildlife rehabilitation?
All right, we have two co-founders, Dr. Helene Van Donnick, who sadly we lost her to ovarian cancer. Her husband has been carrying on, Murdo Messer.
Right. Many of you would probably know Murdo.
Yes.
Well,
A lot of people know Murdo.
Famous, that's right.
Tro famous, yes. And they started in Newfoundland. Came to Nova Scotia to work with, Dr. Helene was a small animals vet working in clinics. She was getting a lot of wildlife calls and animals that were people decided that there was a need to start wildlife rehab. At that time, there was not. And
We'll just give it a second. Okay.
sorry about that.
It may come in a note. Our service was really great up until we started the live. So
of course.
We'll just bear with us as much as you can. We'll keep going unless it kind of stops, reschedule and do a live in the studio. Just to be safe, but here we go.
Okay,
We're back.
Here we are. We're back again. Magic. The disappearing act.
I know.
The magic of the BIG JEEZLEY.
Fingers crossed. It stays. Just stay with us.
So
right?
we've been a wildlife rehab 23 plus years.
Amazing.
We were bragging.
I know. I really
Registered
was.
charity
Right?
for
21 years, and that's
a registered charity.
Has that all been here in Hilden, or
yes,
really?
They moved here directly from Newfoundland.
That's amazing. 21 years that you guys have been in the area.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. So, as we said, and the reason our connection might be.
There we go. You're on now.
All right, let's just. It seems like it's okay. So, okay, we'll keep going from here.
Yeah, and a lot of people would say, what's the importance, or why not let nature take its course?
Yeah.
Right? Last year, 97% of the animals that we did have on intake were a result of either direct or indirect human activity.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not a matter of letting nature take its course.
Right,
we're trying to balance what human activity does.
And I know I read a little bit about the story on the website, and it's still going. Okay. I was like, you looked like that, and I was like, oh no, here we go again. I know that it was maybe a bit of a bone of contention for Helen or Helene. Helene, the fact that some of the animals that we're bringing in ended up being euthanized, even though they possibly they could have been rehabilitated if there was a way to do that.
If there was a place.
Right.
And the motivation behind the BIG JEEZLEY was to provide a safe place for the raptors to strengthen up their flight muscles and just be able to socialize with other eagles In Nova Scotia, we have bald eagles. If any fly by, you'll see a white-tailed eagles, and you'll see brown ones.
Before we started, there was an eagle sitting, and I was like, well, you know, what kind of eagle is that? Because it didn't have the white head. And Brenda told me that's a youth eagle, and they don't get that white head and tail until they are older,
Roughly
which is
5.
so neat. So, you know, when you see possibly that kind of eagle flying by, it's not, like you said, maybe a golden eagle or something like it is. That is so neat. And the Big Jeezley is, honestly, you have to be in here for you to really get the whole the atmosphere of it. But it is, you know, the eagles flying by, and you took us over to the other side, and there's how many over there?
Currently we have 8.
8 of them just kind of sitting there. It was just, honestly, it was magical. It really is. You don't see eagles up that close, right?
And you won't see that anywhere else in Nova Scotia.
Well, you were saying the Big Jeezley is, did you say the only one in Canada like this, right?
This type of building, it's the one of 5 in North America.
Wow.
It's the only one in Canada of its type.
That is amazing.
And what separates it apart, other than the sheer size, is the fact that it allows the eagles to have continuous flight.
Right.
Most aviaries, any other style of aviaries, which are typical, and they're all permitted, they're all, they're all within regulation. Yeah. The bird would fly to one end, land, turn around, fly to one end, land, turn around. The Big Jeezley is 18 feet high at the center.
Crazy.
Here I go. This is my nemesis, learning the dimensions of the Big Jeezley. And my notes are over there because we had to move. So 18 feet high in center, 16 feet high above us where we had to move to.
Right.
16 feet wide. And 240 feet in diameter.
Wow.
It's an octagonal. So we don't even have corners.
Yeah, no, they're able to just fly right
Yeah.
around. It is fantastic.
Yeah. It's
of course,
really,
they're all over there resting now that we're actually
well,
live
we keep
and people.
Them alive. We keep them wild, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, you keep them live.
We
keep them wild.
Right,
So they have as little human contact as possible.
Yeah, that's what you said. Like, so you have some separate rooms where, you know, when they're not ready to be out into, you know, general population.
Yes, that's right. That's what we call it.
Do you really? You know, they're in that room, and then when it's time for them to be able to come out, you said you don't even handle them then. You just open the door and let them come out.
Yes, we have an inside door for care in the center, and then we have an outside door from their room into the flyway.
Fantastic. And you also mentioned, and I thought that was really neat, was the fact that you have adults, you have, you know, an eagle that's, you guess is about 5 years old, and then you have some juveniles, and so they get to learn from one another.
They do. They get to get all the socialization they need. Eagles are very social birds. A lot of people don't realize that. As are vultures.
Oh, okay.
Vultures will go into depression in care. So they take very specialized care, and we do that. But the eagles, because of the Jeezley, we can have them all together. So we have hatch this spring.
Oh,
here comes one.
Whoa! Well, he just hit me in the head.
And this is why normally we stand to the inside.
That's right, of course.
There he comes again. That's an adult. Yeah.
Amazing.
Doc, hit the ground.
That is so cool.
So you will not see this anywhere else, folks.
Fantastic. Oh, that is just the coolest.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
It happened. Ooh, it never gets old.
No, it can't. It really can't. Wow, that's fantastic.
Well, that was good timing.
That was so fun.
She's still going.
Yeah,
that's
she's
a mature.
That's a mature. Good time there.
So she's at least 5 years old. Once they get to be 5 and have their full white head and tail, there's no way to age them.
Oh,
so in blood, there's no way. Once they have their white head and tail, they're mature, and that's it.
And that you said is about 5?
About 5.
Wow. Yeah. So neat. Oh, that was very cool.
That was cool. My hair's like still. It never gets old, folks. It never gets old.
He really like just over the top of my hat.
And did you feel? Well, you did feel the wind that way. But
absolutely.
Even when they're flying high, you can really feel the
absolutely.
power.
I had said earlier before
wings.
we started that when they were flying around, like you could just feel the air coming off of it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. They can have a wingspan up to 8 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, even just watching
really
them is like you're just in awe of them like flying around like that. Okay, let's get back on topic. So Brenda, you also have, the CWRC has it's an annual event, right?
It was an annual event until, what happened.
Of course,
the shutdowns.
So the fundraising gala is going ahead this year.
It is the first year since that
Is it
thing
the first year?
happened. Yes.
That shall not be named,
That
right?
shall not be named ever again.
So it's a fundraising gala and a silent auction.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about? You can go grab
I'm
your.
gonna need my
Yeah,
poster.
no, that's all right. Grab your poster.
Here comes, no,
Perfect.
probably can't read it, but I can use it
it's
as
right
a
in the
cheat
side.
sheet.
Yeah, you use it as a cheat sheet. So,
So many things on the mind.
I know,
And then
it's
an
a-
eagle flies by.
it just shuts
And
everything
just shuts
down,
everything
right?
down. Yeah,
It
look,
really
something shiny.
did.
Oh no, it's an eagle.
So the event's happening October 8th or 28th.
October 28th.
At the Truro Legion,
Yes.
7 to 11.
Yes. Isn't this great?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So we're having it's a gala. We have two bands. One band is Bridget.
Right, our friends
Local
at
three
Bridget.
ladies
Yeah,
that
we love
people
them.
We all love them.
Oh, yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah, and we have the band Northumberland.
Also very popular
Very
as well.
popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'll
they're
be a
great
great
too.
time.
So it's always a lot of fun. We have we have an MC for the full event, Rod DeVilliers,
Right,
from the radio
radio,
station.
absolutely.
And then when he's not talking, or the ladies and gents aren't playing, we have a DJ from Nova Scotia Sounds Music Service.
Very cool.
Yeah. Those are the wingtips you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's at the Truro Legion.
Right, from 7 to 11.
Yes.
October 28th.
Yes.
You can get tickets. So tickets are $30, and they're available at a few places. So we'll just kind of list them off here. You can call CWRC 893 02. I got 0253. I had too many threes in there. They're available at Central Nova Animal Hospital as well, Truro Vet, and Truro Brewing Company. So $30, you can go pick them up in any one of those places.
Anyone.
And I'll put all of that information in our caption right when we're done.
I believe they're also available through our new online store on our website.
Well, fantastic.
Breaking
there you
news,
go.
we finally have an online store.
Okay, perfect.
Which
You
will
hear it
also
here
be where
first.
you can get our 2024 calendars.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So the
Woohoo.
fundraiser, obviously all of the proceeds come directly to the CWRC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what does that, the donations and the fundraiser and that kind of stuff, what does that all kind of go to help?
It goes to help the care of the animals, the upkeep and maintenance of the facility.
Right.
We have a very small staff. We have one full-time staff member. And we have a part-time casual that
Okay.
they can call in case I get hit by a truck.
Let's not.
Let's
But
not.
just in case.
And then we rely on volunteers from there
Okay,
on.
yeah.
So much of the proceeds go directly to the animals.
Okay.
Recently, as recent as last week, I think it was last Friday, our walk-in freezer decided
Right,
to
yes,
kick the bucket.
yes.
So we're scrambling for that. We do have the loan of 3 chest freezers at the moment. It'll take a while to fundraise for another walk-in. So anyone that has a freezer they're not using,
There you go.
Yeah.
Call out. Like if
That
anyone
works,
has
that
a freezer
works.
that's working,
Yeah.
that has something that they are able to donate, that's amazing. I mean, if we know anything about this community, it is that
Supportive.
the support that we can give is, when needed, this community
Yes.
really can answer
can.
answer that call. And so if anybody out there has a freezer that they're able to donate, that would be amazing. So the event, it's a silent auction, as we mentioned.
silent auction. We'll be posting pictures of what we have in the auction. We picked up a brand new chainsaw yesterday.
Oh, wow.
From Cameron's Equipment.
Fantastic.
And we've got some beautiful art from local artists,
Lovely.
established artists.
Yes, Jen.
Jen.
Yeah,
Yes,
our
Jen
friend
from
Jen.
the tattoo.
Yeah, that's right, Jen Power. She
She's-
donated the moose
The
picture.
moose,
right? It's
yeah.
beautiful.
I'm going to pick that up
Oh,
this
it's
weekend.
gorgeous. Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. So
You
we
guys
have a
really
lot-
have some great items in there for
We
the
do,
for the
we
silent
do.
auction. I've
Yeah.
been to the event before in the past, and it's a great time. It's so much
It's so fun. It's
so
so
then there's
fun.
also raffles.
Yes.
And then there'll be a 50-50, and
Yes.
there's prizes as well. So
Yes.
it's, it's an
Yes.
amazing event. It's so much fun. And you really, if you want to get tickets, as we said, they're $30. Just if anybody's just tuning in, or for anybody that kind of comes in halfway, it's the CWRC Fundraising Gala and Silent Auction. It's October 28th at the Truro Legion from 7 to 11. Tickets are $30, and they're available by either calling CWRC at 893-0253 or going now to their online shop.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Just in.
At Central Nova Animal Hospital, Truro Vet, and at Truro Brewing Company. So it is going to be a great night definitely grab those tickets because you don't want to miss it. And as you've mentioned, Brenda, as we were talking, this place, you know, you're the one-time full volunteer. Other than that, the, you know, CWRC runs on donations and volunteers.
Yes, I'm the full-time staff.
Right, yeah.
And then everyone else are volunteers. We don't get any funding from the government.
Right.
So we rely entirely on donations and volunteers. And if you want to volunteer but don't think that you can hold an eagle or want to clean up eagle poop or any other animals, we had 6 baby skunks recently. They're a blast.
Yes,
they
Alicia got to play with those when she was out.
Yes, and they all kind of went out, yes. There are other ways to help as well. We're looking for people that have experience with fundraising. We're looking for grant writers. We're looking for potential board members.
Okay.
So there's lots of things you can do offsite.
That's not like dealing with the animals if that's not what you're super comfortable with. So, you know, there's lots of ways to help. You don't have to be holding baby skunks or out playing with the eagles. There's so many different behind the scenes things that people don't always think about.
Exactly. Yeah. We have a beautiful, lovely woman who raises mealworms for us.
Okay.
And that's a huge help. That was a huge expense that she's covering now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
There's so many ways to help. We have artists now in our committee. Glowbug Designs, Rebecca.
Oh, yeah, she's lovely.
She's just joined our team as a volunteer artist, and she's helping us with a lot of things as well. Check out her webpage.
You definitely should, because it's
And she's
fantastic.
currently showing some of the art that she's done from photos from here at the Novelty in Truro.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
okay,
and then they're going to have
the
TAS, the Truro Art Society, is having an art show there in November for us as well.
Oh, fantastic.
At the Novelty.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, yeah, areas, I just kind of took this off your website, but that require specific help are animal care, animal transport, which is obviously very important. As you said, administrative assistance, fundraising, bookkeeping, constructions of enclosures, which I'm sure that is quite a task, keeping up the, you know, the enclosures and stuff like that.
We just finished underwiring the entire BIG JEEZLEY, mostly one person, our
Right,
co-founder,
you had
Murdo
said that,
Messer,
right? Because of just rodents.
activity.
Yeah. And things that you maybe don't think of until it happens, right? And then it's like, oh, okay, well, so here's something that we now have to deal with. So,
well, everyone would think, wouldn't the eagles just eat all the rodents? And well, no, they don't, folks. They're lazy. They are primarily fishers. That's the extent of their hunting.
Right.
And other than that, they're scavengers.
Right.
So they would just kind of watch the rodents walk around and take their fish and go off with it. So no, they did not help at all.
We don't have to do that. We have chickens laying around,
Your small children,
right?
ponies, and lambs are safe.
So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer with CWRC, you can visit their website, cwrc.net, reach out to Brenda and to learn more. And we'll put all of that info also in either in the comments or in the write-up so that it's there for everyone. So Brenda, I mean, this has been amazing. I really appreciate being out here, and it's just been, you know,
we appreciate
who's had a eagle fly over their hat, you know, like not many people can say that. Before we go, is there anything that CWRC is in need of right now? Like, you know, we said this, you know, it runs on donations, it runs on volunteers. The walk-in freezer is currently broken. So, you know, if anybody, like we said, you know, either has expertise and can help out with that, or if somebody has one that's working and can donate it. But is there anything else that that possibly we could put a call out to our followers if they watch this after the fact?
Well, there's so many things, so many things.
I'm sure,
and a lot of it is seasonal, what we need. So if people, we can always use cash.
Right, of
we
course.
do buy and source our fish from local fishermen.
Okay.
We do feed whole.
Right.
We don't feed live, but we feed whole. So if you had an area to purchase fish whole, or if you're out fishing and want to bring the fish that you don't want, you can donate that.
And what a help that would be,
it's
honestly.
A huge help.
I mean,
it's a huge help. Huge.
I feel like sometimes when we talk about this stuff, it's things that people wouldn't necessarily think of until they hear it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, just some scrap fish, but it's like, no, we could absolutely use those, right?
Yeah. And with wildlife, it has to be whole and natural.
Right.
No processed foods.
Of course.
So if you want to help with feeding, you can designate specifically for food, or we can always use gift cards. Our volunteers also transport the animals, so gas gift cards.
Right.
We like to give a volunteer or a person that brings us an animal maybe a coffee card from any coffee place, just to help put back and give back.
Absolutely.
So anything you think of that we can use, we probably can.
We would appreciate it. Yeah.
And greatly appreciate.
Of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So and our other animals eat fish too. So,
Right. Of course.
our foxes and skunks and.
Yeah, I mean, you're more than just the eagles that we've been talking so much about because we're in the area.
Because it's the only place in Canada
right.
like
exactly.
this. Yeah.
It's so amazing. So yeah, if you if you're able to donate either your time or that's perfect, or your expertise, gift cards, money, they will
grant
gladly.
writers. We need grant writers.
Fantastic.
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
grant
They
writing.
would gladly take that assistance. And just before we go, we will remind everybody that they will be holding their fundraising gala. You can get your tickets. They're on sale now.
They are on sale now.
So get the tickets. The event happens October 28th at the True Legion from 7 to 11. Bridget is playing. Northumberland is playing. There are going to be prizes and fundraisers, a silent auction, raffles, 50-50. Like it's really great.
The eggs are back.
The
eggs are always
back.
a favorite. With the eggs, you purchase an egg for $10, and inside the egg there's a number, and the number corresponds to a prize.
That is so fun.
And the prize is worth at least $10. It could be a gift card. It could be a T-shirt.
Can I tell you, the last time I went, I won a knife block that I'm still using.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's great,
absolutely.
great,
Oh
great.
no, there were great
So
prizes.
fantastic.
The
The egg draw was always very
no, that was
popular.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Brenda, for having us.
And thank you for coming. And
Yeah,
thank you
this
for
has
your
been an
support.
amazing
True Buzz has been a
experience.
great support to
Thank you so much.
CWRC
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I know.
Have a great day.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for tuning
Thank you.
in.